Welcome back. The news in details. President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi addressed on Monday the UN Climate Summit COP26 in Glasgow. In his speech before the gathering, President al-Sisi reiterated that Egypt took several firm measures to improve the environment and climate conditions. The president stressed on the importance of the international support to the developing countries to commit with preserving the climate and pointed out that Egypt issued its first green bonds for improving the environment to reach this aim. President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi on Monday delivered Egypt's speech in the 2021 United Nations Climate Change Conference, COP26. At the beginning of his speech, President al-Sisi expressed his pleasure to be amongst the world leaders discussing the issue of climate that is affecting us all. al-Sisi said that the latest report released by the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change has confirmed that enhancing climate action to achieve the threshold of 1.5 degrees Celsius has become inevitable and must not be delayed. The head of state added that he will be focusing on the following points. First, Egypt has initiated serious steps to apply a sustainable development model at the heart of which lies climate change and adaptation to climate change. This model aims for government-funded green projects to reach 50% by 2025 and 100% by 2030. For example, sources of renewable energy represent today around 20% of the energy mix in Egypt. The country works on bringing it to 42% by 2035, coinciding with the rationalization of energy subsidies. Egypt is also working towards the transition to clean transportation by expanding the metro, rail and electric vehicle networks, preparing the necessary infrastructure for that, and establishing smart and sustainable cities. This is in addition to the implementation of projects to rationalize water consumption, canal lining, and the integrated management of coastal areas. Second, Egypt understands its duties and is also aware of the magnitude of challenges that all developing countries are facing. Third, although it is not responsible for the climate change crisis, the African continent faces the most negative repercussions and the subsequent economic, social, security, and political consequences. Nevertheless, the continent is considered a model for serious climate action as much as its capabilities and the support that it receives allow. Therefore, Egypt calls for the need to provide the African continent with special treatment, especially within the framework of implementing the Paris Agreement, given its special conditions and the challenges it faces. President al-Sisi concluded that he is confident that the summit's deliberations and outcomes will convey political commitment to face climate change and adapt it to its negative impacts. President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi stressed that bringing settlement to regional crises can only be achieved by enforcing stability, restoring national state sovereignty, supporting national institutions, and boosting the ability of national armies and central governments. President al-Sisi added that this would help in ending the activities of terrorist groups and extremist organizations. The statements of the head of state came during his meeting at his residence in Glasgow with Austrian Chancellor Alexander Schallenberg. Presidential spokesman Ambassador Bassem Radi said that the president congratulated the Austrian Chancellor for assuming his new post. Radi added that President al-Sisi stressed Egypt's keenness on boosting bilateral cooperation with Austria in different fields, notably in the fields of trade, economy and tourism, within the frame of the historic ties between Egypt and Austria. For his part, the Austrian Chancellor said that he was honored to meet with President al-Sisi, highlighting his country's keenness to boost ties with Egypt, given her vital role in the stability and security of the Eastern Mediterranean region. Also on Monday, President al-Sisi met with the Libyan Prime Minister Abdelhamid Dibeiba, the Lebanese Prime Minister Najib Mikati, Kuwaiti Prime Minister Sheikh Sabah al-Khalid al-Sabah, and President of Armenia Armen Sarkisyan. Welcome back. Egypt's stock indices collectively went up in the trading session on Monday after being affected by strong purchasing operations of shares in different categories. The benchmark EGX 30 index gained 1.3%. The EGX 70 index for small and medium businesses also gained 0.52%, and the broader EGX 100 index gained 0.55%. After all indices jumped by purchasing deals, the market capitalization gained £7.88 billion to close at £748.12 billion, and with transactions of about £1.3 billion.